God will do everything for me. We, the children of God, walk with this faith. In the Bible we see all the past events clearly written before us. Since we already know the ending of each story, we read with appreciation and joy. We feel happy because we know how beautifully God worked in the end. But when we are in that life situation ourselves, when we are walking through our own path, it feels very different. When there is a real need for help, care, and comfort, when pain surrounds us and no one is there to lift us out, it brings many questions into our hearts. It can make us slip. That is the reality of human weakness. Yet the people in the Bible had that much faith. God brought Israel back after every trial. Even when they failed, even when they cried that God had forgotten them, He restored them in an intense and glorious way, beyond their expectations. There were also a few in the Bible who, even in deep struggles, never slipped. Sometimes their lives looked as if God's hand was far from them. Take Joseph in the book of Genesis. Joseph had a dream from God, but his life path looked completely different from that dream. He might have even forgotten his dream during his suffering. But God is so faithful. Even in prison, Joseph remained obedient. Because of his appearance and character, he had chances to gain worldly comfort and wealth in wrong ways, but he rejected everything. That was his testing period. In prison, the two officials had troubling dreams. Joseph interpreted them correctly. In Genesis chapter 40 verse 14, Joseph requested him to remember him and help him get out of prison. He had done nothing wrong, yet he was in prison. It was natural for him to ask for help. But when they were restored, they forgot him. 2 full years passed. Joseph remained in prison without any reason. The other two were restored quickly. Sometimes others move ahead through recommendations and connections. But trusting God requires patience. God is so faithful. At the right time, He allowed Pharaoh to have a dream that no one could interpret. Then suddenly Joseph was remembered. God created the situation for Joseph's talent to be needed. In Genesis chapter 41 verse 44, we see the position God gave Joseph. From prison to authority, only God can do that. If you are walking a path where there is no human help, even after requesting, people forget you. If you are in a prison-like situation without reason, do not lose hope. The blessing will be different. God will create the right situation to raise you. Even in prison-like places, do not give up your talent. Use it when needed. Stay faithful. The end will not be like others' endings. It will be God's perfect ending for you. Amen.